Hi, I'm Dean Kelly from Fish and Game New Zealand. Welcome to an introduction to sports fishing. Fish and Game have a statutory responsibility to manage and maintain New Zealand sports fisheries. Sports fish is the term we use to collectively talk about trout, salmon and perch. Fish and Game has been increasingly approached by school teachers, parents and other members of the public who are looking to get either themselves or a family member into the sport. In the past, with a mostly rural population, there was always a friend or family member that had some knowledge of fishing that would help new entrants into the sport. Nowadays, with a more urban and mobile population, there is a growing need for a resource that shows the basics about how to start fishing and hopefully catch that all-important first fish. The goal of this video then is to impart the basics of fishing and improve your chances of catching sports fish. It covers some fishing basics and common skills, as well as some boat and fly fishing techniques. In this section we'll go through the basic gear requirements. Then we'll follow on by going down to the river and going through the skills that are required to use that gear to hopefully catch your first fish. Fish and Game discerns between three different types of fishing. There's spin fishing, bait fishing and fly fishing. Fly fishing rod is a little bit different to the other types, and it uses a rod such as this. The other two types, spin fishing and bait fishing, both use a rod like this. So this is a basic spin set. It incorporates a rod, a reel and a line. The major differences between these are mostly about size, and that's to handle different types of fish. This is a light to medium set which would be suitable for trout fishing. Here I've got a heavier reel which would incorporate a heavier rod, bigger stiffer rod, which you might use for salmon or even sea fishing. This set here is the rod itself is a two-piece rod. If you were going in the back country and you wanted it to be a bit smaller, you could go for a three-piece rod, which is good for fitting into a pack. The reel incorporates a handle for winding it, a tension system which will allow the line to come off the reel, and that will also allow you to be able to wind while that line's coming off, and a bail arm, which is all important for casting, which means that the line comes off with no resistance. You'll see that a bit later. The line we've got on here today is 8-pound line, but you'll probably go for a heavier line in the order of 15 to 20 pound if you're targeting a species such as salmon. So the next step from there is to attach the line to your lure, and that's done with a standard fisherman's knot. One little tip here is that you can put a swivel in between. Got a swivel just here, and you attach the nylon through the eye of the swivel, and then there's a clip that goes on to the end of the lure. I'll just go through that fishing knot with you. It's quite important that you learn to do that right. You don't want a knot to bust off when you're fishing and you've got a big fish on. So the line comes through the eye of the hook. You turn that back on itself, you turn that around 5 times, and then the line goes back through the eye there, and then a good safe practice is to put it back through there again. Then you pull the whole thing tight. And it's a good tip to just wet your knot, because nylon will get a bit hot and burn. That's a good solid knot there now. And just trim off that extra bit of line. A landing net is also useful to carry on you. The purpose of a landing net is to reach in and retrieve the trout or salmon as you bring it into the bank after you've caught it. In New Zealand it's also compulsory to have a sports fish licence when you're fishing. These are available from sports retailers, Fish and Game, and you can also get them on the internet on Fish and Game's website. As you can see, there's not a lot of gear needed to catch sports fish. So now let's go down to a local river and cover some other important aspects of fishing.